Hey guys, sometimes I get lucky and I actually catch some fish. So I'm thinking I'm going to try a recipe with trout in a morel cream sauce. Why don't you watch along with me? I'll show you how I make it. Of course, the first thing you want to do with any fish is get it cooled down as soon as possible. I usually bring along a cooler with some ice in it, clean it, gut it out, get it put in some plastic Ziploc baggies, and then get it on ice to keep it as fresh as possible so it is perfectly fresh for the table. This recipe is super easy. Of course, you've got your fish fillets. Here I've got some rainbow trout that I just caught. You could do this with any kind of fish. This is really especially good with trout. I've got some butter. I've got about 2 cups of chopped kale. I've got some garlic puree, some heavy whipping cream. I really like to use the garlic puree instead of chopped garlic. I just like it a little better. And then of course some morel mushrooms that are cut up, and then some seasonings. For the fillets, you just dredge them in a little bit of flour, and then I'm going to sprinkle some seasoning on them. I like to use Old Bay seasoning, some Creole seasoning, and just a bit of black pepper and salt. I prefer to sign on after I dredge them in flour rather than mixing it with the flour. Get yourself about 2 tablespoons of butter and put that in a nice hot pan over medium-high heat. Then take your seasoned fillets, put them right into that hot butter in that hot pan. It's just a mix for each side, and the fillets should be ready to be flipped. They're cooking along nicely here. Just give them a real quick turn in the pan. Probably be easier if I wasn't using one hand to hold the camera. Perfect golden color. They look delicious. Now I'm going to grab some herb de Provence seasoning and just sprinkle a little of that right on top of the fillets just to give it a little extra zing. When both sides of the fillets are done, plate your fish onto your plates, and then return the pan right back to the stove with all that good butter and juice from the fish in the bottom of the pan. That's what we're going to use to make our sauce. So take your garlic paste and squeeze about a tablespoon or 2 of garlic paste into that hot butter that you just took the fish out of. You can use chopped garlic, just the paste is a little easier to work with, and I really like the flavor that it gives. Now I'm going to take about 1 cup of heavy whipping cream, pour that right in there with my garlic paste and all that butter and juices, and then I'm going to just take that and I'm going to stir it up. I'm going to add a little bit more of the herb de Provence seasoning to it, and take my spatula and just kind of break up that garlic and get it nice and incorporated in with all that cream. Cream is cooking along good over medium heat. Now it's time to add the morel mushrooms. I just kind of did a big rough chop on mine. I'll put them right on in there with the cream and let them cook for just a minute or 2. While those are starting to cook, I'm going to take my kale and I'm going to pour my chopped kale right in there. And really all I want to do is I just want to lightly cook the kale, just kind of almost warm it up. I'll stir it all together. You can see how the cream is getting nice and thick and really starting to come together very nicely. After just a couple of minutes, it should be ready to go. We're going to just pour that right over the top of our fish fillets right on the plate. And I like to pour mine on fairly heavy. It makes a great gravy to go on the mashed potatoes that I'm going to serve as a side dish. And here you see the sauce poured over the fish. You add some mashed potatoes and a little butter. Starting to look pretty good. I'm getting hungry. And really, that's all there is to it. I put a little black pepper on it, and then enjoy.